Welcome back to the Olympus Report, Demigods, Monsters, and Gods Alike. There's always two sides of a coin. To the other side of the brash Sadie Kane is her calm and collected brother. Here's a character breakdown of Carter Kane. Carter Kane is a teenage boy with dark skin and curly brown hair. He also has brown eyes. He's described as looking a lot like his father and very little like his sister and mother. When Carter was traveling with his father, he dressed up like a junior professor, according to Sadie, with crisp dress shirts and khakis. However, at the end of the Red Pyramid, he does start to dress more casual in jeans and hoodies. Carter is very protective of his family and friends and would do anything for their safety. He tends to be a gentleman because this is how his dad raised him. He's always thinking about how to solve the next problem and is unintentionally funny and occasionally stammers around girls. He is shown to be more disciplined and more mature than his sister. To put it more simply, he thinks before he acts. While lacking self-confidence, Carter is a natural leader, something that he grows into over the course of the series, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. Carter Kane is the eldest child and only son of Julius and Ruby Kane, an elder brother of Sadie Kane. After the death of his mother at 8, he spent the next 6 years traveling the globe with his father and living out of a suitcase. He would visit Sadie twice a year in London. Unknowingly, each of the siblings envied the other's lives. One Christmas, while visiting his sister in London, their father, Julius, takes them to the British Museum, where Julius tries to release the god Osiris, but accidentally summons Set, Nephthys, Isis, and Horus as well. Isis takes Sadie as a host, and Horus takes Carter. Set, meanwhile, kidnaps Julius, who is now possessed by Osiris, and soon Carter's uncle Amos Kane takes both him and Sadie to Brooklyn and tells them of their ancestry and that they are magicians and descended from Egyptian pharaohs, making them super powerful. In fact, it's actually revealed that the House of Life intervened in the custody battle, making sure that Carter and Sadie were kept apart. Carter hosted the god Horus and became friends with him, even if he was frequently annoyed by him. Horus at first always demanded control of Carter's body and tended to be arrogant and obnoxious, though Carter did grow fond of him. Carter picked up some of Horus's traits from their brief time merge, and Horus actually developed respect for Carter. Carter and Sadie released their god interlopers at the end of the Red Pyramid, but eventually accept them back into their minds in the Serpent Shadow. With the help of Bast, Bez, Horus, and other Egyptian gods, Carter and Sadie defeat Set and eventually stop Apophis from turning the world into chaos. Carter and Sadie would go on to run Brooklyn House and train new Egyptian magicians in the path of the gods, something that was deemed illegal by the House of Life for many years. In the Red Pyramid, Carter falls in love with Zia, who actually turns out to be a Shopti, a magical statue. Carter would eventually find and free the real Zia, eventually convincing her to give him a chance and go on a date with him. Carter is more naturally gifted in battle than his sister Sadie, showing proficiency and skills. Physical prowess. Throughout the series, Carter has displayed himself as having above average strength, speed, stamina, reflexes, and agility. Combat skills. Swordsmanship. Carter is skilled at using a khopesh. After training for months, his proficiency with it greatly increases. Leadership. While lacking self-confidence in himself, Carter is a natural leader. But besides just these physical abilities, Carter also has magical abilities as well. Duat usage. After some instructions from Bast on how to create space in the Duat, Carter is able to store any of his things in his locker. He is super proficient at this, more so than Sadie. Hieroglyphic spells. Although not super proficient, Carter can do hieroglyphic spells. Divine words. When focusing hard enough, Carter can speak divine words, but tends not to. Falcon transformation. Carter can transform into a falcon since it is Horus's sacred animal. Fire magic. Limited. In the Serpent Shadow, Carter was able to channel fire through Ra's crook and flail. Invisibility. In the Throne of Fire, Carter displayed a limited ability to turn invisible using magic, but it is not perfect, unlike Zia's cloak. Statuary magic. Carter has the limited ability to make shop tea. But if that was enough, being the host of Horus, even for a short time, granted him even more abilities. Fist of Horus. This spell summons a giant fist. Combat avatar. By channeling the power of Horus, Carter can summon the war god's combat avatar. A glowing blue, 20 feet tall, hawk-headed warrior. Horus communication. Even after releasing him, Carter is able to converse with Horus for advice. Seals. Carter has the ability to put seals on doors and gates to enforce them with power. To go along with these abilities, Carter also has some weapons and items as well. Khopesh. After taking a Khopesh from Brooklyn House, it became Carter's main offensive weapon. Wand. Carter gains a wand and a new kit in the first gnome. Crook and Flail. Carter obtains the crook and flail from Ra. Julius Cain's kit. Once his father Julius became Osiris's host, Carter kept his magician's kit so as to protect his memory. Staff. Carter was given a staff by Zia in the Red Pyramid. However, he never uses it in the books. In fact, he gives it to Sadie to replace her broken one, and sticks with his Khopesh. Throughout the Kane Chronicles, Carter struggled with the idea of responsibility and power. He was afraid to become a leader even though he was a naturally born one. He was terrified of letting Horus take control and become the pharaoh. Was it the right choice, or was Carter being selfish? Well, in the Serpent's Shadow, Carter finally accepts his responsibility. He allows Horus to take control and defeat Apophis, but Horus doesn't stay. In fact, none of the gods do, and now Carter is on his own. But instead of shying away from his responsibilities, he becomes the pharaoh, the first in 1,000 years. It is at this moment that Carter becomes a true hero. He accepts and embraces leadership, but like so many before him, he doesn't let power corrupt him. In fact, he leaves Amos Kane, his uncle, in charge of the House of Life, hoping to usher in a new era of peace. Did I leave out anything important about Carter Kane? Let me know down in the comments below. But until next time, I'm signing off, so please always remember to stay safe.